Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
There's more to imagine when you listen, so let your imagination soar with Audible. Audible has audio titles from every genre that will inspire you to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. Enjoy an exciting reawakening of a beloved classic with the Audible original David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, produced by Academy Award-winning director Sam Mendes, starring Ncuti Gatwa, Helena Bonham Carter, and Theo James. This adaptation breathes new life into a familiar tale. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big RHOC man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Hi everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 of a 2-part recap. If you're wondering where part 1 was, well, go check in the feed and be sure to subscribe.
So then Tamara goes to see Alexis, who's getting clamped. Dun 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 dun. And
Yeah.
Alexis is like, "Oh my God, honest to God, I just don't want to open. I just don't want to fight. I just want to speak my truth, girl." It's fun, Lexi.
Well, I think my biggest advice to you is try not to be John's voice. Well, we're voice actually together because we're we're like one now, Tamara. But I'm not going to bring him up, but they're going to continue with the lies. I'm going to have to defend him because he doesn't have a voice, but he does have a big dick, and we've already fucked 5 times today. Sorry, too much of an overshare. Shannon's had a voice for 4 years, and he's kept quiet, but no more.
Yeah, Shannon is basically a witch octopus from the ocean who stole John's voice for 4 years. John has been combing his hair with a comb and trying to with a fork and trying to figure out how to walk with legs. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, so you bet your butt I'm going to be standing up for my man. Okay.
Yeah. Shannon's had a voice for a long time. Shannon's been like the default Siri voice. And then I'm going to be when you go into the settings and you realize there's other voices you can choose. Okay. There are other voices that need to be heard.
Yeah. So then Tamara's like, "But it's already been out there. Like, it's already been talked about." She's like, "Nope, nope, nope. The truth is not out there. Okay. This is not the X-Files, and the truth is not out there. The truth has been shown. And if it's not been shown. And if John lied about something, then I wouldn't have to be John's voice, would I? If the lies would have stopped, but the lies didn't stop. They just keep going. They just keep going. Oh God, show the video or just be quiet. Like, seriously, you're such a waste of space."
So everyone comes back to the sofas. And he's like, "All right, well, after Emily and Heather's long simmering tension came to a head at Heather's fashion show, it seemed like these two were finally on the same page." Just laughing at the concept of anyone here understanding what a book is. But Katie threatened to derail their good vibes with a rumor that can only be described as, wait for it, the babysitter's flub. Because it's like club, but it's like a flub. Okay. Let's watch. So now we have.
I'm a father now.
So now we watch the whole thing with this stuff, with the kid and everything. So now, by the way, Emily Morgan from Kyle's Vagina says she wants to know how you felt seeing Heather's. I don't know who Kyle is. Could be any Kyle.
You're not supposed to question people's sexuality. That's Kyle's thing. I cannot believe that people are questioning sexuality. You just don't do that. And in the LGBT community, we all know that is not what you do. Okay, Kyle, you spent the entire season coming onto this woman, parading her in public, queer baiting. You did that music video where you guys were making out and shit and being each other's lovers. And then she came out with a song about eating you out in the fucking Chateau Marmont. Get the fuck over yourself. All you're trying to do is get people to question your sexuality. I haven't seen one person even question it. Nobody's questioned it. All I've seen is people saying this is the most boring lesbian shit I've ever seen in my life. You are making lesbians look bad. Lesbians are actually trying to come out of the closet as not lesbian anymore because they don't want to be in the same club as your cracker boring ass, Kyle.
I apologize to the audience for activating Ronnie during an already activation friendly segment with Alexis Smellino. The ground was fertile and I watered it. I apologize. So
here we go with Gina, and I'm sorry, but Kyle Richards. I mean, it's been a whole year since I talked about her, and my God, she is just as ridiculous as fucking ever. So back to this, Gina. I'm so glad to watch Gina and Emily to get a chance to just lick Heather's butthole and try and stay in her good graces. I mean, these two are just shameless and they're embarrassing to watch. Ben, let's watch it. Let's take
so basically it's because there was that comment that Heather made in the confessional where she goes, by the way, the dress did fit Emily tightly. So Emily's like, first of all, I felt like that comment was really out of character for Heather because she usually doesn't even know my name. And if she does want to refer to me, she usually just says Snuffleupagus. So the fact that she called me by name was a little bit out of character.
And, everything that happened was just because of me. When I say me, I mean my mom. But, I was projecting and, I had a psychological response, a physical response. I feel like I was going to cry. I had to go to the bathroom. It was hurtful. Well,
it was like when I took the bar to become a lawyer, which I am. I'm a lawyer.
How do you think it makes people feel who are overweight or struggling from weight issues when you make it sound like being overweight is the most disgusting thing on the planet and you can't believe that someone would consider you overweight? That kind of hurts people's feelings too. And that's not meant to be like some evil slam, but think about what you're saying sometimes because you're a dick.
Yeah.
So Heather's like, I would never. It was gossip.
I think you're gorgeous for a poor.
Something you'd been taking shots at me all season. And then we see clips of Emily taking shots at her all season and being an asshole. And she's like, okay. And she goes, and I mean, I wish they would put a clip package together to show you, but I don't want to watch it, but I know you would probably think it's funny. And she's like, I do think it's funny. Well, then there you go. You can't come here and cry when someone makes one snotty comment about you, when all you do is make shitty comments about people constantly,
And now let's watch a clip package of me and Hot in Cleveland and on Reba. Okay. Still waiting on that clip package. All right, we can start it now. All right. There we have that pilot, the CBS pilot I did, and we can start that clip package now. Do we not have the
Let's start the clip package of that sitcom of Reba's, Happy's Place, that I'm probably not going to be on, but who cares because she's a size 12 anyway. Now, nothing.
Malibu Country, my guest stint on Malibu Country with no. All right. How about the time I had a audition for Just Shoot Me? And now. No, I thought I gave that to the producers ahead of time.
So we do get a clip. We do get some clips of Emily going off about Heather and screaming at Gina and being like, you kiss her ass and you just care what she thinks, when Emily is just about to spend the rest of the episode licking Heather's butthole. So, that's it. And basically, of course, they forgive each other. And Emily's like, well, I appreciate it. And I know you mean it. I was just shock value at first because it just doesn't sound like you. I mean, me taking shots at people, and Jen goes, yeah, that's not shocking. She goes, yeah, it's not shocking, right? Because it's hilarious and I do it.
Still talking, but it's fair that it's okay because that's just what you do. Okay. And she's like, yeah, because it's funny. Oh, all right. Sorry. All right, cool. Tamra, it was great to see Sophia again this season. It was sweet. It was so sweet seeing Callie and Sophia connecting. Did they maintain that, or did Callie run from the hills when she realized that she would have anything to do with you and your family.
And Tamara's like, oh, well, Sophia, she said that she kept trying to reach out to Kaylee. But then Kaylee, they never called her back or texted back or nothing. It's so sad. Why would you think this is going to work? Sophia's like a Fiona Apple type, like moody artist chick. And Kaylee is like a TikTok influencer. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Not
good.
gonna work.
Those two would not sit together in the cafeteria. Like, let's stop.
So Katie's like, oh yeah, she's bad at that. She doesn't even respond to me, and I pay for her cell phone. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how my daughter blatantly disrespects me? And it's like, okay, well, when Kelly talked about Emily's twins saying Heather was mean to their mom, did you believe that at the time? Yeah, well, I thought it was funny because that's just like, it's out of kids' mouths, like they overhear things. So when I told Emily, I was snickering because I thought, like, wow, this is funny. Kids say the darndest things, like I'm so hot, And then when I saw her face drop, I was like, oh shit, did I just cause some drama, bitch?
And Katie's like, well, I never meant that to be a connotation that you're a bad mother. Okay. I apologize to you for that. And I was like, well, you apologized to me, but then you walked away and then you twisted the story around and said that it was my kids that were lying. Emily. Of course you talk shit about Heather and everybody else in front of your kids. I don't know listen, I know a ton of mothers, and I also have one. I don't know any single mother that doesn't talk shit about people in front of their kids.
100%.
When are you going to do that? You're always around your kids. You can't escape your fucking kids. My mom used to go to the bathroom and we would bang on the bathroom door and go, Mom, 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 to the point where she would go, leave me alone. This is the only time I get to myself. Like sobbed in there for begging for some privacy. There's no way you ever have enough privacy to talk shit about people. Just
children will listen. Children will listen.
Yes.
So Gina's like,
sing it.
Gina's like, well, you know what, Katie? You're the one who's having conversations in your home that are inappropriate. And Heather's like, you literally said I'm having an adult conversation with my daughter that I would never have with my young son. And then he asked you, roll the footage. And now we see the footage of Bandon saying, was Heather being a jerk again for the millionth time? And Katie being like, oh God. So Katie tries to do some like Real Housewives stuff. She goes, listen, I was crying after we came home from the golf event and he heard it. Oh, what did I do to you aside from giving you a $1,000 bottle of Dom Perignon? Remember that? And Katie's like, no, I'm just saying that you make me cry. When I see you, I cry. I see into your eyes and I see the depths of life and society and mankind, and it's scary to me, and I cry for days and days and days, and I worry that a creature's going to crawl out of my TV and murder me. It was a lot for me to take on, Heather.
Yeah, with that whole thing, I think Katie, just because Heather makes me crazy doesn't mean she's not right sometimes. And she's right about this. I mean, Katie was an asshole. She came on with this weird storyline to try and do a gotcha and have her big Housewives moment, and it tanked. Like, it really tanked. And Heather just ate her up when she tried it at that golf thing, and she was humiliated. So I'm sure she went home and she cried because she just got ate up on TV.
Yeah.
And she's humiliated. Like, I get why she would be crying, she deserves to cry. She tried. She's coming to a big dog game and she failed at that one. So she was also probably humiliated, but also you're a very dismissive, awful lady. So,
but Katie also, by the way, and they get into this with her a little bit, and like Katie needs to put her foot down a little bit with the kids. Okay, I know we're not supposed to tell people how to parent, but guess what? I'm gonna do it.
We are. We're a village.
But you know what
happened to the village raises the children? You're the village. Say what you want.
That kid, Bandon, may be cute as fuck, but the moment he said that about Heather, like Katie's response should have been like, you stop that right now. Whatever it is, like right. You don't get to talk about adults like that. And when Kaylee said the thing at the pottery store, she should have not been saying, oh my God, listen to this. She should have like just shut it down. Like, you know what? We don't talk about adults like that. These are my friends. That you're not doing this. She whatever it was that she should have said, she was just sort of very passive and giggly about it in a way that I was like, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, she quite obviously does talk shit with her kids. But I'm from a mom that does that. So to me, it's totally normal. So to hear everybody villainizing it, like that's a terrible thing to do. is weird to me, but I think
you can talk shit, but you got to keep it. You got to keep it in the house.
Because if I did that when I was a kid, if I repeated something, my mom would be like, "Oh hell no, that's inside voice. I'm not going to talk shit around you if you can't hold water. Like you need to keep that shit to yourself, or you're not going to hear any more gossip, you little queen." And I'd be like, "Okay, I won't ever do it again." You know?
Yes. So Andy's like, but guys, don't you guys all talk in front of your kids? And they're like, no.
What? I mean, they're like horrified. They're like, no.
Then Emily goes, have you met Shane Simpson? And all of America's like, unfortunately, yes. She's like,
I'm sure Shane has never called Kelly Dodd trash or, done anything in front of the kids. I don't buy it.
He also doesn't talk. So that's why they don't talk shit in front of their kids, because he doesn't talk. So she's like, my little boys were like, Mom, do you know Heather? Is she a mean person? And Shane and I both looked at each other and he said to me, can I have a taco? And I was like, Shane, now is not the time for jokes.
If you're going to bring my kids into it, at least give me a taco.
So that's why when Tamra brought it up to me, I was so pissed. I was pissed because I was like, I did the appropriate thing in this situation. I shut it down. I didn't make Haley look bad. I didn't bring it up. So then when you're here laughing and talking about it and you bring my children into it, it was hurtful and it could have done real damage to my relationship with Heather. I don't think the point about the damage to a relationship with Heather, that's whatever. But I think Emily does deserve credit because she did sit on it and she did not bring it onto the TV show.
Well, yeah, but it's also something so stupid. And she didn't bring it onto the TV show because it could have implicated her too. And she doesn't want to look bad in front of Heather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was like, it's still kind of icky, this thing of like, which is very Heather to say, this is just kind of icky. But like, well, your daughter said this to my kids. No, your kid said this to my daughter. She's like, we're not even going to go there. And I actually respect her for that.
Yeah, I mean, they can't have this whole thing about you can't bring kids and then like lay into the kids like they're about to.
They're like an entire segment about Kaylee.
Right, these fucking hypocrites. So then Heather is like, I don't even know what I've done to you. Did I run over your cat? Hold please, hold for applause. Okay, go ahead, your turn.
I don't have a cat.
Top that one.
I don't have a cat. Oh, so suddenly you don't have a cat because you ran over it. Oh. Heather's like, I don't know what I have done to you. And your daughter is going out into the world and speaking ill of me amongst her peers and putting TikToks out. She's doing TikToks for the world to see, to all the girls my mom works with, so that we're fake ass bitches who suck dick. And everyone's like, oh. I love Heather being on a show that amplifies terrible behavior in cat fights. And then it's like, your daughter is making TikToks about me. I'm like, oh, I'm sure all Kaylee's 45 followers are really what's going to
She's got like 400,000 followers, actually. She's got a lot of, she's huge. Kaylee's
Heather's like, I have historically played very well with Gen Z, and she's ruining all of that.
Kaylee.
I live next to Drake, for crying out loud. Now Drake won't even take my calls. I mean, he never took my calls, but he's getting closer to taking my calls.
Kaylee. Her name is Kaylee, right?
I think so. I call her something different every single sentence. Kaylee, Callie.
Oh, wait, no.
Callie.
Let me see. Kaylee. Katie. Why is that Kaylee? There's Kylie. No, come on, guys. Stop fucking with me. You know what I'm talking about. Kaylee Janella, but it doesn't go to her. Katie Janella. Oh, come on.
So while you look that up, so Heather is like quoting the TikTok. She's saying we are fake ass bitches who suck dick. Ha ha ha. Someone sent that to Drake. Tell him I can talk dirty. And then Shannon's like, wow, Heather, wow, you use those words? Oh, this is wild. This is horrific. Well, I may have had an espresso martini ahead of time. I'm fabulous Heather Dubrow, America's best girlfriend. Did you find it?
No, I can't find it. That's so weird. I heard that she was like a TikTok influencer with 400,000 followers. I don't know if that's true. I haven't proven it, obviously, because I can't find it. But anyway, where are you? Sorry, that was really
so Andy. Just like two lines ahead. Andy is like, well, Kaylee did do like a lip sync, and Katie's like, I know it's not good. It's disturbing. It's more disturbing than Alexis Smellino giving John Jansen a BJ.
She's 20. I don't control her social media. And Heather's like, well, my kids are 20 years old and they would never do that. Yeah, because you'd cut them off, Heather. fucking break.
And also
Have
because
thrown
they're
into a
selling
white
houses.
van and taken away by Dr. Phil or some shit.
Well, of course, and I asked her to take it down. I don't approve of any of that, although I did laugh quite a bit. It's like, even Sophia was disgusted, guys. Sophia, oh God, I believe the children are our future. Don't let them see Kaylee's TikToks, and then they won't flourish.
Oh, so really, Sophia was disgusted. So you're going to use Sophia now in this. Sophia's disgusted by everything. That's her resting nature. That's why we love her. Okay.
Well, also
Leave Sophia out of it.
Sophia was not
Sophia
getting text backs from this girl, so of course she's going to be extra disgusted by anything Kaylee does, as she should be. Who doesn't text someone back?
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
You can't always see bad weather coming, so it's essential that you're able to see through it when you drive. Michelin wiper blades with advanced technology hug your windshield like a Michelin tire hugs the road, channeling away water, snow, and ice so you can see clearly. Drive confidently and breathe easy. Michelin Wiper Performance. Clearer than ever. Upgrade to Michelin Premium Wipers today at your local auto parts retailer.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app today to get free delivery on your first 3 orders, while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
There are so many reasons to travel. Apogee Travel is giving you a new one, and it's real good. With Apogee Travel, you get the same hotel deals as all the other booking sites, but now you can support charities you care about at the same time. You don't have to change where you go, what you do, or how much you pay. All you have to change is where you book. You pick your hotel deal, choose your charity to support, and enjoy your trip. Simple as that. Apogee Travel is changing the booking industry for good. Book your next trip and make a real difference at apogeetravel.com. Or download the Apogee Travel mobile app in the app stores.
Fall is in the air, and that cooler weather calls for an update in your skincare. Moisturizing is key to keeping wrinkles at bay. That's why we need a skincare routine that's easy, fast, and gives us results. Plus, what if your products had thousands of 5-star reviews, were natural and affordable? Well, say hello to Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean, high-end skincare that is affordable, and it really works. Not sure where to start? I highly recommend the Work System. It's everything you need in one powerful package. Take out the guesswork with a proven routine that includes a gentle yet effective cleanser, a super skin toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. See what everyone is raving about. From serum sets to the always sold-out retinol alternative TBT cream, you'll find your perfect skincare match. Dime has over 2 million happy customers, and their product reviews are literally 5 stars. Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com and unlock your discount. That's dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com.
So then Shannon's like, well, let me tell you one thing. If my cat ever did something like that, I would say, what the fuck are you doing? But I would do it with my eyes and I would cross my arms and they would just know. They would know.
And Katie's like, but I did say that. Matt and I both did. Now, could they hear us? Probably not, because we're in the golf world. So, and Heather's like, well, Shannon, there's tacit approval in what she's doing. Heather, don't you think it's like, do you think it's just a coincidence that every year it's about somebody being terrified of you or someone calling you mean? You're mean. You're terrifying. You're not nice, Heather. Okay. Should we poll all the waiters in your neighborhood? Because I'll bet there's some real stories out there.
Do not admonish me on this. We are not going to adjudicate this tacit approval. So Jen's like, Katie was massively on the fence with it. And she asked me my honest opinion. And I said, Katie, never in a million years would Everly get away with that. I don't care how old she is. And Katie said, who the fuck is Everly? And I said, I honestly don't know. It just came into my head. I thought it'd be a fun thing to say.
It's just 2 extremely stupid names I put together in my head. Weird.
Have you ever met a Lee and then said, God, I wish Lee would last forever? So you start calling her Everly. Really fun to do.
We were going to name her Neverly, but it just sounded so negative. So, Heather's
Still
like,
talking. Why not get on the group chat? I am still me. My turn. So why not I really wanted her to do that more because that's not my favorite thing that she does. My turn.
Laugh every time you do that. My turn.
Why not get on the group chat and say, sorry, ladies, I asked her to take it down. Horrifying.
Oh, I didn't even think of doing that. And that is why it's horrifying. Tamara's like, well, what was the motivation? What was the motivation? Her motivation is that Heather's a fucking asshole and that she's fighting with her mom all season and trying to ice her out of everything. That's her problem. What do you think? What's her motivation? Give me a break, that side of the couch. All of you on that side.
Emily Simpson, attorney at law. Hello, the TikTok, it is clear to me that this is your daughter and that has a problem with the woman and she's the one that is talking. My case is closed.
Your kids probably said it too. I'm sure everybody's kids are terrified of her. And Katie's like, well, when I watched the last episode, I said, Kaylee, you need to be honest with me. And she told the same story. Now, listen, could she lie? I don't know. There's a possibility. I don't think so. And then Andy is like, they're all fighting now. And Andy's like, okay, all right, we beaten this to death. All right, we beaten this one to death. And Heather goes, I could beat it some more.
Yeah, Andy, I think Andy's like, I don't want to get into a fight about these children right now on this show. So now here comes Alexis walking to the stage. And Katie tells Jen, she goes, I told Callie, Cooley, whatever my daughter's name is, I'm going to take the heat for this because of your stupidity. And Jen goes, well, when you told her that, did you say thank you so much also? Thank you so much. You're a wonderful daughter. Or did you say, just know what's coming? You know, and were you like, she's an adult, I tried? Katie's like,
God. You know,
yeah,
what are you going to do? So Jen's like, oh my gosh, I have a mint. And she goes, well, don't worry. It's not going to be about you right now because it's Alexis. So she's like, oh my God, my dress, guys. My dress is splitting. Hold on. I have to fix my dress. Be back in 10. It's me again. Lexi.
And what's so funny is they built in this staircase on the set. So when people walk in, they're coming down this glamorous staircase, but they show footage of Alexis walking up to the staircase because the truth is, if you just pull the camera out a little bit, you see the staircase leads just to another staircase that goes backstage. So it's not like it leads to a big upstairs area. So we just see Alexis get into position, go up the little staircase, and then come down the on-set staircase, which is, I think what was so funny about that to me was it just sort of exposes that like this big glamorous entrance that she's having is not glamorous at all. It's just her walking up and down a little mound. Does that make sense?
They only make it look shitty for her, which is funny.
Yeah,
everyone else is like, here come the glamorous housewives. And they're like, here she comes out of a trailer up a back stair.
Is that what it's called? A back stair?
No.
On a set?
Just a set stairs. I mean, I don't know. So then I was going to tell a MAME story, but you know what? We're going long, so I'll skip that. Long. So Katie's, so Alexis comes out, and Andy's like, Jesus Jugs has resurfaced. Hey, Alexis.
You know, I asked you this on Watch What Happens Live, but I think it's worth me asking this again. You're down with the nickname Jesus Jugs, right? Yeah, it kind of grew on me. Yeah. Well, I'm really glad I took time to ask that. Hey, congratulations on your engagement to John Jansen. Andy is such a fucker. When he does that, he knows that Shannon is sitting there like, well, you know, I never even got a congratulations for stuffing cream cheese into a salmon. And now this slut gets a congratulations for getting engaged to my man.
Have you set a date yet? We have. Well, what's the date? And she's like, within the year. So, okay, what does that mean? But then we see an Instagram post and it's like, on cloud 9, heart.
Party favor.
What is it?
Party favor too.
Party favor. Celebrating 9 months of love and laughter and looking forward to my forever with you. Every moment together has been a gift. And by the way, I'm saying that because it has been a gift, not alone. I'm so in love with you and the beautiful life we're building together with our kids. And the answer is 1,000,000% yes. 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now these three main faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Gift from my mom, hashtag. Well, glad you got some Corinthians in there.
Yeah. So, I sent a picture of the engagement ring to my whole family chain, and Miles responded and was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, call me now, all capital letters. And Shannon's like, oh, wow, look at Emily's face. Look at her face. You see Emily just like, oh. And Alexis is like, and he's like, Miles was like, John, you did not even ask my permission. And he was so cute. And then he was like, John's like, oh, are you okay with it? And then Miles is like, yeah, I love you. So it was like a good reaction.
Yeah. And Emily's just falling asleep. So then Andy is like, are you going to move in? She's like, no, because John's house is small. So we're going to be doing 2 houses. So Jim will still have to pay for one. What am I, an idiot? What am I, a goddamn idiot? So then we see... basically, we talk about...
stream. I hope you enjoy the soda stream in John Jansen's house because that was put there by me.
I hope he serves you some nice soda in his Ferragamo shoes that I bought. So then Andy's like, Alexis, you were really religious the first time around. And Heather goes, still is. And then we see a flashback of her being like, my husband Jim and I wanted to have a very structured family life where God was first, our marriage was second, and our children were third. And so Andy's like, yeah, you invoked your faith. And she's like, well, Andy, I don't like to use the word religion anymore. I think that's a very negative connotation. Religion. It does. Religion.
But I'm very religious about my spirituality. Yeah, it doesn't.
What?
I think that's just been like flung at her so many times that she's like, I'm going to rebrand. So I'm very spiritual.
It's not that you're religious. It's that you're a fucking hypocrite. You don't have to change the meaning of the word religious. Maybe change the meaning of the word hypocrite, you fucking hypocrite.
I do love my God. And that's like the way God wants it to be. And like, it's supposed to be God and then your spouse and then your kids. And that's the way it just like works in a better marriage. So like, I mean, like I do have those values and like, I believe in something higher than yourself, like a maxi dress. And then that way you're going to be a better person.
So this is interesting because she was very strongly Christian, Jesus-y. Like the term Jesus jugs comes from somewhere. She was very, very like evangelical Christian. And now she's changing it. She's saying nothing's changed because all she's ever really believed in is God, which is, I don't know. It's like a petty thing to even care about, but it's like, okay, Alexis. So Andy's like, well, how do your kids, and he's like kind of tiptoeing because apparently they've agreed not to talk about this too much because neither one of them has really said it on the show, like straight out. But Andy's like, well, I wonder how your kids and their sexuality has changed you or made you think of things differently. And she's like, it hasn't changed my mind about LGBTQ or that everyone should have their own rights to live their life the way they want. All it's done is make me understand the pain that goes with that. Because when people are judgmental, it changed just me being more vocal about it. That's all it's done. I was always like this. I was always super vocal for LGBTQ people. Now I'm just more vocal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'm assuming that brought you and Heather together and you have a bond relating to your kids. Yes. Also, I offered her a job as a maid in my house, and that's still pending. So we're going to see. Fingers crossed.
I told her we can bond over LGBTQ, or we can also bond over LGBT clean. Now.
If you've got time to... If you've got time
to pray, you've got time to spray. Here's some Windex.
Oh, and at BravoCon, you and Tamara squashed your beef. This is just my way of telling the audience why everyone was friends with you all of a sudden. Yes, and we, yeah. Have we talked about the lawsuit of Jim Bellino? Yeah, and you apologized? Yeah, and I apologized. And while Tamara's talking about how Alexis apologized for the lawsuit and everything, you just see Shannon's watching, and she is like breathing rage. Like her chest is like going up and down, like I can't believe these lies being told about me right now.
Because not only is it Alexis sitting there, but just the horse shit coming out of Tamara's mouth. Because you know that Tamara has never heard this part, because they were both sued by these people. And it turns out that Tamara goes behind Shannon's back and she's like,
Alexis, I'm a terrible person for what I did to you. I'm so sorry for what I put your family through, Alexis. I take full responsibility for every little thing I did.
when their whole defense was, we didn't do anything. What the fuck? Then Tamara's just like turning it like, go get Shannon. I didn't do shit, you know?
Yeah.
She sucks, man. And Shannon just looks like she's going to go over there and strangle this woman. It was really funny, Shannon's looks.
So, like, what was it like coming back to the show after being gone for 10 years? Like, was it different from before? Well, I mean, like, this has been a bit of a whirlwind. I mean, you know, like, I really needed it. Like, Andy, I really needed it. I was ready to go, like, get back to work, and like, I had to get back out of bed. And Shannon's like, well, it's her career. Shannon's saying that as if it's not Shannon's career.
And she's like, because after my mom's passing, I just, I needed to get back to work, Andy. You know what I mean? And so Shannon's like, oh, God, well, no, first Andy's like, okay, well, Shannon, where did things stand with the lawsuit? And she's like, well, we're still waiting to hear from John's response. He lowered his offer to 70. And I agreed, and I agreed because my legal costs will be more than 70, and that's a really hard thing for me to do. But I said I would give him the 70, but he wouldn't sign a mutual disparagement agreement, which Emily, who's a lawyer, will tell you is very common in court cases. And Emily's like, it is. I'm a lawyer.
You know what else is also common in a life case? A mom who checks in on her daughter. So Andy is like, so is a mutual non-disparage? Yes, especially when someone's talking about videos, Alexis. When you don't make a full offer, what was the first offer that you made? Like 30,000 or something? And then it was like 35,000 that came through, and but there weren't the videos brought up in Big Bear. So they're talking about how did the videos impact this that Alexis is talking about. And she goes, I only brought up the videos because I was in, I was in a very I didn't mean to bring up those videos. Basically, I meant to go onto Bank of America to see if we'd been paid yet. And then accidentally videos came up on my phone instead. It's like, I didn't really mean to do any of that.
Oh, I believe that one.
Ha! And she's like, no, seriously. And then we see the footage where Alexis is in the car going, oh, there's so many lies that have been spoken about John, and they're going to be cleaned up. And if you want the videos, I'll bring it. So bitch better just sit back, because I've got videos, and I will slaughter her with videos. You know what she's having for dinner? Videos. And now she's like, I mean, what? I barely even said it. I can't. What? Did I? I don't.
Post-production roasts Alexis with all the unseen footage in this segment. Like, everything that Alexis claims, they completely debunk time and time again. She's like, I brought it up because it was in a weak moment. I was away from Johnny J. Like, how could you be strong when you're away from the man that you love? It was not to be brought up. And Johnny J has never brought it up. So there was no extortion.
And Katie's like, but it was brought up on camera. And she goes, your attorney's the one who brought that up. And John's attorney said, you're the one that brought it up. We did not. You've got to go back to your emails and check the truth, because you have a really strange relationship with the truth. You just brought it up, Alexis. You just admitted you brought it up. So what are you talking about? We all saw you bring it up. Shannon didn't bring it up. Her lawyer talked about it after she had heard about it from everybody else. She called her lawyer. You're so full of it.
And so she says, because you have a real strange relationship with the truth. And then they all laugh because Emily's like, that's what John said. And we see a footage of Johnny J saying, Shannon has a real interesting relationship with the truth. You know what? Stop being John's mouthpiece. That's exactly what John said. They're really obsessed with people being people's mouthpieces on this episode.
Yeah, because they really have so many mouthpieces. It's like those little chattering teeth toys that you wind up and they're just on the table like. So then they're like, okay, so you're just copying her line verbatim. And Tamara goes, be quiet, Emily. She goes, no, fuck her. Tamara's like, stay in line with our team. And Shannon's like,
Oh, really? How many times did you practice in front of a mirror saying,
there's the door, Shannon Bedore.
there was no door?
You were so proud of having a door burn in a doorless situation. Ha! And Alexis like, I never practiced that. And so now more unseen footage. She's like, guess what, guys? When I see Shannon Bedore, I'm going to say, there's the door, Shannon Bedore. And then like, I'm going to like look at a door and then I'm going to pull the door, but I'm going to make sure I point. When I point though, guys, should I point at a door or should I point at a vase? At a door? Okay, I thought so. I thought it would make more sense if I point at a door. Okay, let's from the top. There's the door, Shannon Bedore.
So then, what's next here? She's like, well, I didn't know you were going to confront me, and you berated me for 25 minutes that day too, Shannon. Shannon goes,
A liar face. You lied to me that day.
she goes, oh, yeah, well, Andy says, how did she lie to you? And Shannon's like,
You said, dig it up, Shannon. I never sent you anything. Well, looky here. It's on my phone.
and so
Let
then
me just
Alexis
see how to.
is
Does
like,
anyone know how to actually open one of these phones? I'm like, I'm not quite sure. Do you know how to work this? It says, Shannon, your flashlight's on. We're trying to tape their unit. There's a flashlight function. I'm not familiar. What are we doing again? You're trying to show proof that she's a liar. Oh yes. I don't know how to use this phone. It's too new. I'm sorry, everyone.
So Alexis is like, you didn't, you're a liar, Shannon. I never said any of that. And Andy's like, no, you did say that you'd sent her a thing. And Alexis is like, well, I have it, Shannon. I sent it to you. She goes, no, not from Jim's phone, your phone. And Andy's like, but you said we're suing you. She goes, no, let me give you some background to this. This is why it's, again, another lie. Because there was a court document. It was not a cease and desist, like she said. And I have no signature on any part of that stuff. And Emily's like, your name is an interested party. She goes, oh, yeah, well, Emily should know because she's a lawyer that I'm an interested party because I was his spouse. So that's why. And Emily's like, okay.
I'm just saying that you're not. I'm just saying that you're saying that you're not involved. Well, it got the ball rolling. Okay. Andy, if they're not going to let me talk, then I'm not going to stay. If they won't let me talk, I won't stay. I won't stay, Andy.
You ain't going anywhere. What are you
you're a
talking
friend.
about?
Isn't your time up?
This.
Just go. So Katie's like, oh shit. So Andy's like, no, stay. Well, don't worry. I'm going to be here for a quick second, Shannon. Okay, so just shush. Don't you shush me ever. So Andy's like, okay, so you're not on the court document. Okay, I want to explain that text. Okay, very simple. Jim calls me and he goes, Alexis, Shannon is saying that I allow people to break their neck in my trampoline park.
Which is so funny because it's also Alexis now falling out of line and defaming the trampoline park. You know what I mean?
But it's funny that
the whole point is he wanted that
park.
podcast edited so that was never heard by anybody, like dingbat.
So it was funny when I remember when they opened up that trampoline park and everyone's like, can you believe the Bellinos are opening up a trampoline park? And then it's funnier that then a giant lawsuit came out of it. And now it's even funnier that all these years later, the trampoline park is continuing to haunt this show.
Still there. So, I mean, the trampoline park lasted longer than anybody ever thought. Just in general, right? God, those things. It's like escape rooms. People still do that all the time. I thought that was just a quick fad that was going to go away. And there's people are like, my friends are going to the escape room. I'm like, really?
Oh, God.
So Shannon's like, well, I never said that. And Andy says, well, don't repeat it because you're going to get sued for it again. She goes, well, I won. And he goes, oh, you did? Okay, then. And
Andy starts like, wait, I just want to say, Andy starts laughing.
This is hurting our children. Oh, God.
Andy starts laughing when Shannon says, well, I actually won. He's like, oh, really? Oh, awesome. Ha, ha, ha. And he's like, they're like laughing and kikiing. And Alexis the entire time has been talking. Like, and then Jim told me that then I have to text Shannon. So that's what I did. And as you can see, I'm vindicated. Is anyone listening to me anymore? No?
Yeah. So she was like, he made me text Shannon and Tamara. And so I sent one to protect everybody and say, back down and tell the truth and take back what you said. And so you did have something to do with it. Give me a fucking break, Alexis. And it's just, I'm sorry, but it's not a coincidence that you're dating two guys who have just suddenly decided to sue people that you don't like. So give me a break. And Shannon's like, well, did it come from your phone, Alexis? You pushed send. You started the ball. And Alexis is like, did not. Jim was going to. And guess what, Shannon? Whether I sent the text or not, Jim was going to sue your ass. Okay. He was still going to sue you. Okay. So then why were you sending the text at all if you knew that Jim was going to do it?
Well, here is a very coherent story. Tamra knows this story. Okay, I saw your ex-husband having dinner, and John took me, and I was supposed to sign the settlement that day. But then 5 o'clock hit, and so John and I go out to dinner because, we need to have our tequila. And your ex-husband sitting across from me, and he's pointing, and he's laughing, and there were 2 of him. I couldn't believe there were 2 Gimbalinos right in front of me. And then finally, he says to John, "You want to take it outside?" And John goes, well, he didn't really say anything because John doesn't talk. But then he eventually goes, "How old are you? 10?" And then I got up, and I walked right over to the Gimbalinos, and I kind of stumbled. I careened into one table and then another table, and then I finally got to Jim's table, and I said, "Listen, I am not going to settle with you, asshole." And guess what? I ended up winning. I did pass out in a booth at the Quiet Woman that night, but I wound up winning the case.
And Alexis is like, well, it still cost you $500,000. So maybe you should have just apologized. Oh, fuck you. She was found innocent because you guys were fraudulently suing her. And now you're laughing like it's hilarious that you cost someone $500,000 and that you're trying to do it again. You're evil.
Yeah. Gumming up the system.
You Jesus stupid slug. Get out of here, Jesus slug. I'm not listening to you.
I didn't do anything wrong. She's like, yes, you did. You defamed a trampoline park. And Emily's like, she didn't defame anyone or anything or any parks or any trampolines. She won. I'm a lawyer. Yeah, she did win, and she's still on the show, so she really won.
Well, so what do you call me? Liar face. Okay, liar face. Look in the mirror, girlfriend.
I didn't lie. Oh, are you delusional? Because every single person on this cast, including Tamra just now, has come up to me, and I couldn't saying I could never do what you're doing right now, filming in this situation. Yeah. I think that's why we all had sympathy for you in that brief moment when you're sober and not wasted because you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, Tamra.
Yeah, we had sympathy for you, which is why I've been consorting with the enemy ever since Bravo kind to bring you down this season. It's been so sad to watch it.
Being involved in a lawsuit. I just want you to be aware of that. I'm in a lawsuit. And she's, you know what? They've all come to me and they've told me that they know this is difficult for me too, Shannon, because I'm with the love of my life. It's not easy.
You know what's really hard? Not John. And that's hard for me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. So you made the choice, Alexis. And she goes, well, so did you. She goes, well, it's my job and I've been here for 10 years.
And Alexis is like, it's my job too. And Shannon's like, oh, really? I took your job 10 years ago and I'm still sitting here. She's like, well, fine. I came back 10 years later. And she's like, oh, yeah, a friend. Hi, friend.
As a friend. This is like a soap opera, right?
So
like
good.
You're back. So Alexis is like, she's like, Shannon, it's still a jab. She's like, oh, you're a friend. Oh no. Oh, well, this is your career, Alexis. Ooh, wow. Some of us have other gigs, like putting cream cheese in salmon on late night on television.
And
well,
Alexis,
you know what?
goes, I've been on TV for 15 years. And then the audience just died. I can't imagine anybody kept a
5 different shows, okay? I'm like, what are these? It's like this show and like Below Deck, right?
You were on one episode of Below Deck. What else? What are you even talking about? Did she do like marriage boot camp or some bullshit?
Probably. She's, oh, wow, 5 different shows. You're a TV star. There's the door. Oh, Alexis Bellino. I'll work on that. Now I see why she rehearsed. I see why she rehearsed. It's helpful. It's helpful to know the line before you say it. Yeah.
Wow, stupid Alexis, what an idiot. And then everybody just starts laughing at her openly and mocking her. Couldn't see somebody go down in a more fun way. What a dummy. What a lying dummy. And have fun with your karma. Have fun marrying that sack of goo. You guys are going to have a real good time. So I guess I was more enraged by this reunion than I thought, because I feel like I just yelled for a straight 2 hours. I was like, wow, it's going to be nice to come in and have a peaceful day. That reunion didn't even faze me. I guess it did.
Yeah, well, it's just what happens. It's been an emotional month. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm seeing now my video is flickering. I wonder why my video is flickering. That's weird. I will get that taken care of. Thanks everyone here for being here. Thanks for being here this week. And we'll be back next week with a whole new host of recaps. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
We're fanning out for Bethany Fannin.
Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Dana C. Dana Do.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no less namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Rigging the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Let's get feely with Maggie Sheely.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Cast a Spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. Ring that bell for Rachel. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
If you like Watch What Crappens, you can listen ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
Have you ever wondered who created that bottle of sriracha that's living in your fridge? Or why nearly every house in America has at least one game of Monopoly? Introducing The Best Idea Yet, a brand new podcast about the surprising origin stories of the products you're obsessed with. Listen to The Best Idea Yet on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Lindsey Graham, host of Wondery's show American Scandal. We bring to life some of the biggest controversies in U.S. history: presidential lies, environmental disasters, corporate fraud. In our latest series, entrepreneur Lou Pearlman becomes the mastermind behind two of the biggest pop groups in the world, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. He also oversees a sprawling business empire that includes a charter jet company, restaurants, and real estate. But Pearlman's successful facade crumbles after he's sued by the boy bands for siphoning millions from them. And soon, investigators discover that Pearlman is keeping his empire afloat through an even more devious scheme. Follow American Scandal on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Experience all episodes ad-free and be the first to binge the newest seasons only on Wondery Plus. You can join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Start your free trial today.